Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube lands, it's your boy Tuglo, and today we have here the in-depth analysis of our furry banner. Now, one thing that I was postponing this was just for the sheer fact that I was hoping that the hit on canceled, or whatever the thing is, like the canceled hit basically, was going to be available, and I was waiting and waiting, but unfortunately I was not able to wait long enough in order to get that information. So here we are with the 99% in-depth analysis for this banner, looking at it by the numbers. Now let's go ahead and go straight into the skill trial, as that is where we are going to be looking at. Now the first thing that we will be looking at, I'm gonna move this over here. First thing that we'll be looking at is the DPS, followed by the damage, followed by their capacity. Capacity, if you don't know, is going to be the damage that you deal towards high health mobs. Now what is considered a high health mob, I believe, is something that is going to be with 4 HP bars, whether that's your ranking event bosses, whether it's your GRE bosses, or whether it's the equipment grinding events. It's not gonna be your, little story mode, final boss, final boss type of enemies. Now, looking at this, as we can tell based off of, this is only the that's only the 2 of them. That's kind of awkward. Let's go to this one where I can see all 4 of them. There we go. Now, based off of this chart, we can see here that we have the DPS, damage, and then capacity. We have the DPS for Asuna is going to be the highest DPS, which we can see that with her very quick SS3. Then, followed by her, we are going to have Sinon. So let's go ahead and switch to Sinon, and she will be our dagger user, and we can see that she's summoning a little Terriermon and just bouncing up and down with it. Next, we are going to have Alice with the sword. We can see there she does have a very pretty animation. Last but definitely not least, we do have our rod user, Leafa. Now Leafa coming in, I think it was some insane number. I think 15, 17 hits, something like that. We'll go ahead and take a look at that once we clear the combo. Yeah, 17 hit combo, so that in and of itself is very coveted thing. That kind of reminds me of the I think, what was that, 17 or 16 hit on the Maid Rain. That was definitely insane. Now we'll be looking at our damage next. Now Asuna is going to be the flip side. She will have the lowest amount of damage. Then we'll have Sinon coming in at the second lowest. We'll have Leafa coming with the second most damage, and then Alice coming in with just a sliver more than Leafa does as far as damage is concerned. Now, last but not least, we will take a look at their capacity. So Rapier Asuna on the furry banner will have the lowest capacity, then Sinon, then Alice, followed up by Leafa. Now, what that entails is basically saying that if you were to use your SS3 on any of those characters, the capacity, depending on who you have, will do more or less if you were to compare them versus each other. Now let's go ahead and take a look at their numbers. Asuna having a 1.38 skill duration, that's pretty dang fast, is going to be very good. Then her combination second is going to be 0.83. She is comboed with Sinon, who sits at a 1.86 skill duration, and her combination second is going to be 1 second. So at the 1 second mark of into her animation, she'll be able to switch out to Asuna or whoever she may be wanting to switch out to. Next, we'll be taking a look at Leafa. She does have a 2.56 skill duration, but that is made up in the fact that she has a 17 hit combo. She has the second highest damage on this banner, and she has the highest capacity overall. Then last but not least, we will be looking at Alice, who has a 2.5 skill duration, a combination second of 1.33, and she will be she's up there, you know. She is our sword user. Now compared to compared to Leafa, we are going to see we have 17 hits to 11 hits, and then we have that 2.56 and 1.18 and 1.33 respectively, comparing Alice to Leafa. Now I know one big thing is that the mages or the rod users are very unpopular, to say the least. But in this case, you do have a little bit of a just barely slower animation with Leafa, you know, 0.06, but your combination will be a little bit faster than Alice's. Now, in terms of by the numbers, if you are going to be wanting to hit those fat damages as quickly as you can, especially on the high health bosses, I think that's the one thing that is overlooked the most. I'm just going to have to take it just the way it is. For me, I personally love the weird or the off-brand or the non-meta weapons. So rods, guns, archers, AR, I don't know what they are, assault rifle, where they're like when they're running, and you don't have to stop and shoot, whatever those are called. I like those a lot. Either which way, those off ones, the weird ones, I like those the most. So I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna put Leafa first, Alice second, then I'm gonna have to say Sinon, then followed by Asuna. I really do highly value the capacity, because you can hit like a truck. I mean, you can hit them super fast, you can hit them, like a truck, whatever it may be. But if your capacity is not gonna be able to break through them, break through their armor, break through their tough skin, their thick skin, it ain't really gonna be doing too much against them. That's kind of how I view the capacity. It's okay if everybody's gonna be hitting the same person, and you are gonna hit them, just we'll say this much, but then the next person's gonna hit them this much because their capacity is a little bit more. Then the next person's gonna go this much because the capacity is the most. That's kind of how I break in layers. I guess that's a better way to describe it. How many layers are you gonna break? Are you gonna be able to break more layers than Asuna compared to Leafa, and so on and so forth? But with the exception of, do these units have iframes and things of that nature? I don't know, because I didn't get any of them, so I can't really tell you that. But I know y'all know so let me know down in the comment sections below if any of these units do have iframes, and do you think will it make a difference for them? Also, I do kind of want to put this to the test, even though I don't have these units. I am curious, if you were to run these units, let's say you had a set group, you had Leafa and Alice, and then one more person, or if you just wanted to do Leafa and 2 more people, and then just keep these 2 constant, and then just switch out, Leafa for Alice, for Sinon, for Asuna. Do the same pattern. I'm very curious to see if my layer theory would hold up and say that Leafa would be able to kill it the fastest, followed by Alice, followed by Sinon, followed by Asuna. If somebody wants to test that, or if somebody has that data or that information or that knowledge, pass that my way, because that will help me determine whether capacity is actually that important as I am making it out to be, or if I am overvaluing capacity. That is something I have not been able to test, but I'm very curious about. Guys, that is all I have for this one. I'm gonna leave it real quick, just real recap, if you will. I'm gonna say Leafa, then Alice, Sinon, then Asuna. I know that is definitely not the way of the waifu, but that is the way that the numbers have said. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel to help make the dream become a reality. Also, once you subscribe, be sure to turn on those notifications. Last but not least, be sure to check out the description box down below where you can find my Twitch stream, my Discord server, my Patreon page, and any social media such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Guys, like I said, that's all I got for this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and as y'all know, that's the fat lady singing, that's the bells are ringing, and until the next video, I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.